Hello everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Blue Zone. Today, we're diving straight into Chelsea 5-1 Ajax at Stamford Bridge. I mean, if you blinked, you missed half the action. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's just take a step back because this whole midweek of European football has been something else entirely. Goals flying in left, right, and centre across the board. Liverpool smashing 5 past someone yesterday, us putting 5 on Ajax tonight. It wasn't quite as bonkers as the first round of games, but still, it's got that real Champions League chaos we've been craving. And our game? A bizarre first half with 5 goals, a straight red card, and 3 penalties suffered in total. 3. Can you believe that? It's like the ref decided to turn it into a spot kick competition halfway through. This week has been madness. Now let's talk about the standout performers because there were a few who really stole the show. Starting up front, my goodness, what a game from Estevão. This lad is something special, isn't he? And remember, he's only just settled in at Chelsea, coming over from a league back in Brazil that doesn't quite have the same intensity as the Premier League or this level of Champions League football. Yet here he is, holding his own and then some. It's beautiful to watch, the way he glides past players, picks the right pass, creates that little bit of magic out of nothing. We're finally starting to see what he's truly capable of, and at just 18 years old? If he keeps this level up and builds on it, he's going to be one of the best signings Chelsea has ever made, especially with our focus on snapping up these young talents. You can tell he's different, that vision, that composure under pressure. Tonight, he was the highlight of our attack, no question. Every time he got on the ball, Ajax looked rattled. And that penalty he buried? We'll get to that, but it was the cherry on top of a performance that had everything. Shifting to the midfield, I have to give a massive shout out to our 3 starters who bossed things from the engine room. Enzo Fernandez pushing forward with real creativity, and then Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo sitting a bit deeper, holding it all together. Those 3 together? It's a dream combination. I'd love to see them lining up like that more often in the Premier League games too, give them a proper run of matches. If they all hit their peaks at the same time, I reckon we've got one of the best midfields in the world, hands down. No exaggeration, Enzo dictating the tempo higher up, Lavia and Caicedo breaking up play and recycling possession. They were everywhere tonight, and it made such a difference once we got our rhythm going. And on the defensive side, Wesley Fofana deserves a special mention. I thought he was excellent throughout, solid positioning, some really smart interceptions that stopped Ajax dead in their tracks, and his passing out from the back was on point too. In a game that could have got a bit frantic with all those penalties flying around, he was a calming presence. Kept things tidy and let the attackers do their thing without worrying about leaks at the back. Let's walk through how it all unfolded, because this one had more twists than a soap opera. The opening 10 minutes were pretty tame, to be fair. Typical Chelsea start these days as feeling things out. Ajax sitting a bit deeper, not much bite from either side. But then, bang, around the 10th minute mark, Ajax's number 8, Kenneth Taylor, goes in way too hard on a challenge. High foot, straight to the ankle, reckless, doesn't even cover it. The ref doesn't hesitate, pulls it all the way to the VAR for a quick check, and boom, red card. Straight red, and rightly so. It could have been nasty, proper injury territory. Taylor's off, Ajax down to 10 men early doors, and suddenly the game's tilted our way. We don't waste a second. Right on the back of that sending off, Marc Guiu steps up and scores his first goal of the season in the Champions League. What a moment for the young lad, taps it home after some good work in the box. Keeper committed the wrong way, and it's 1-0. You could see the confidence surge through the team immediately. The press sharpened up, we started winning the ball higher, turning those turnovers into real threats. And then, enter Moises Caicedo. This guy, honestly, he's a wall in the marking, isn't he? But he doesn't just defend, he arrives in the box and delivers. Picks up a loose ball about 25 yards out, takes one touch, and unleashes an absolute rocket. It takes a deflection on the way, but it doesn't matter, it flies into the net. 2-0. What a strike. One more time. It's the kind of goal that reminds you why we splashed the cash on him. But hold on, because just when you're thinking we're cruising, Dawson decides to gift them one back. It's a complete brain fade, a silly, avoidable penalty in a moment that had no danger at all. Ajax had maybe 2 players up top, Nothing on, and Dawson just lunges in, stamps down unnecessarily. Penalties like that? They drive you mad. It's the kind of lapse we can't afford, especially against 10 men. Chelsea's got to drill these transitional moments more in training. Stay switched on. No need to force it. Ajax convert, obviously, and it's 2-1. Jorgensen in goal gets a bit of stick for the save, 2 dives low, but the ball squirms under his arm. Still, we shake it off quick. The first half isn't done with us yet, though. We win 2 penalties in quick succession right before the break, and they change everything. First one, Enzo Fernandez steps up cool as you like, slots it low and hard into the corner, 3-1. And then, straight after, Estevão William magic. The kid picks up the ball on the left, skins 2 defenders with a burst of pace and a cheeky step over, gets hauled down in the box. Stone wall penalty. Enzo, as captain, hands the ball over to him. Massive vote of confidence for a lad who's lighting it up. Estevão William grabs his first Champions League goal for us, and what a way to do it. Long run up, eyes locked on the spot, smashes it with power right down the middle while the keeper dives early. Keeper no chance. 4-1 at half-time. You couldn't script it better. 5 goals. That red, 3 pens. Bizarre doesn't even cover it. Coming out for the second half, the game's already in the bag, but we don't let up. Early doors, Tariq George comes on as a sub, but the lad delivers straight away. Gets into a great position off a cutback, hits it clean, and it's 5-1. Proper finishers finish. From there, it's all management. Enzo Maresca gets the changes spot on. Santos on for Enzo to rest him. Chalobah replacing Dawson to steady the back. Josh Achampong for Caicedo to give the midfield a breather. We ease off the gas, keep possession, let the young lads like Reggie Walsh have a run out. The 17-year-old comes on late, full of energy, waving to the crowd as they chant for him. No risks, no injuries, just professional stuff. Ajax can't muster much with 10 men, and we coast to the win. Felt a bit like a training drill at times, but 3 points in the bag, and we're climbing the table. Looking back, the lineup raised a few eyebrows at kick-off. Maresca went bold with Caicedo starting at right back, inverting into midfield. Clever against Ajax's setup, but it had him covering extra ground. Work to treat, though. He was immense before coming off early. Fofana and Dawson in central defence held firm mostly. Hato at left back slotted in nicely, and Philip Jorgensen in goal was steady apart from that one spill. Up top, Guiu was a handful all night. His movement dragged their backline apart, and that goal's a confidence booster. If we can get him linking with João Pedro behind or Estevão William on the right, everyone's in their best spots. Fluid. Dangerous. And the front line as a whole? Ridiculous energy. Gittins had space to exploit on the wing, linked up well for that Caicedo assist. Positive night for him, suited the game's pace. The midfield trio I mentioned earlier, they were the heartbeat. Enzo pulling strings, Lavia and Caicedo mopping up. Positive from all 3, and getting the minutes together builds that cohesion. Defense had its wobbles with the pens. Fofana looked a tad off at one point, like he tweaked something, but battled through. Overall, though, a very clean shift once we adjusted. No red for us tonight. By the way, our little streak ends here, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Fun while it lasted, but let's not tempt fate anymore. This win bumps us up nicely in the group. 3 points from a tough start. Momentum rolling into Sunderland on the weekend. Maresca managed it beautifully, rotating 10 from the Forest game without dropping standards. The kids making history. 2-3 teenagers scoring in one UCL match. First time ever for any team. Estevão William, Guiu, George, our academy and youth bets paying off big. Stamford Bridge was electric. Fans roaring for more even as we wound it down. Could have been 6 or 7, but slowing the tempo was smart. Protect the squad. No silly injuries. What a response after the international break. We're clicking, the young guns are shining, and Europe's noticing. If this is the blueprint, press hard, punish mistakes, sub wisely, then happy days ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who was your player of the match? Estevão William for me, but shout out to Caicedo for that screamer. Drop a like if you're buzzing for the weekend, subscribe and hit the bell for more breakdowns. Thanks for watching Chelsea Blue Zone. See you soon.